Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the most effective album covers. Now, here's a real conundrum for your album art department, because we're talking about the days when labels had art departments, and art departments did album covers, theoretically based on what's in the album. Here's a novel concept. Well, what are you going to do with Also Sprach, Zarathustra? I mean, it's about Nietzsche's philosophy. And the music has titles. I mean, the titles are, of the dwellers in the underworld and, of science and of this and that. And the titles tell you nothing about what the music is going to sound like, except for the opening sunrise. So you could do a sunrise. However, thank God Stanley Kubrick came riding to the rescue and used it in 2001 Space Odyssey, because after that, covers for Also Sprach Zarathustra had to be spacey, as in this fabulous, famous Karajan, Berlin recording. I mean, this is like the iconic Zarathustra cover. You do get the sense of kind of sunrise, but you also get all the space stuff as well. So it gives you that sci-fi kind of tie-in, and no doubt it really helps sell the record. I have no doubt that it did. But before that, before Stanley Kubrick, what were you supposed to do? What could you say about it? Well, here is a lovely recording on living stereo where they tuck it in with this is the Byron Janis Burlesco, which is fabulous, and the Rosenkavalier waltzes, and Also Sprach Zarathustra. You'd never know it's there, would you? Because you can do a fun representation of the burlesca. You've got your court jester and your, things flying around here. Take a look at that for a moment. And you can see it's like, the jester's cap with the little bells and all the jokey stuff. So yeah, now there is an album where you can sink your artistic teeth. But otherwise you are completely stuck and you have to pretend that Zarathustra doesn't exist. And there is, of course, another Rainer Zarathustra. Remember, he did it twice. Once in 1957 or so, and once in 62 or somewhere in there, 55 actually. And that one, coupled with Ein Heldenleben, they just throw up their hands and give us a picture of Fritz Reiner in the woods. I mean, there he is. It's all about Fritz Reiner. Because at this point, those are famous, famous records, and Reiner is a famous, famous conductor. And so you're selling the guy. You're not selling the music that's actually on the disc so much, because we have no choice. And classical music people, of course, are not terribly photogenic. Let's not kid ourselves. But it's really very, very funny, because you are stuck with Zarathustra or even Ein Heldenleben to just do Conductor in Meadow, which has nothing to do with any of the things that are actually on the disc. But I can't blame them. It was a difficult, difficult job. And until the movie came along, effective Zarathustra covers were almost impossible to come by. However, RCA did a wonderful job with the other Strauss bits in the Reiner series. Here, I have a couple here, just to show you, because they're fun. First of all, there's Salome. I have to take these out, don't I? Because the glare is bad. Salome, there she is with Inga Borg. That's not Inga Borg. And Electra. Well, this is obviously Salome, because she's sitting there with the silver platter and the dagger on the silver platter. They don't give you the bloody head of John the Baptist. Others do that. They do. And, to make it as gory as possible. Although the best Salome cover was the Birgit Nielsen, where she's sitting there going it was really embarrassing. So that was perfectly normal. And then, Don Quixote, virtually all of the Don Quixotes have pictures of Don Quixote. No surprise there, right? That works extremely well, and you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a symphonic poem about Don Quixote. The only issue is how nice a Don Quixote you can make it, and this is a very nice one. I really like that one. That's very, very attractive. I think it works extremely well, because that's what the music is about. And the best of all, I think, and one of the most effective Strauss covers, while we're on the subject of Strauss, was this one. This is delicious. The Sinfonia Domestica. Now, is that adorable or what? You get this little home thing with little booties and cute racks of domestic items hanging off of it. And there's little baby who is the star of the Sinfonia Domestica and gets his bath and gets put to sleep, and who wakes up and does all this stuff. I mean, it's adorable. It's like Mother's little loving hand. Yes, that's Mother's little hand. It's not Dad's hairy, calloused hand. And that is a perfect representational cover of what is actually on the disc. Absolutely ideal. Doesn't get better than that. But I just love looking at the Zarathustras because, I mean, let's face it, you got a problem. And thank God Hollywood rode to the rescue and gave the future generations of the Zarathustra people material to work with in trying to sell the product by linking it in to science fiction and film and Hollywood and all this other stuff that Strauss would never, ever, ever in a billion years have dreamed of. Really kind of interesting how the different media intersect, isn't it? So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.